Welcome back to the worst podcast I've ever heard. Today is a special day because it's a busy weekend this weekend, and I'm not going to talk about the fact that I just went to a KU game and I got to sit in the spot I always wanted to sit at, and I was really close because this is not a sports podcast. This is a wrestling podcast on good days and on bad days.
Are you saying wrestling is not a sport?
It depends what we're talking about. It's sports entertainment. Excuse me. This is a sports.
Man.
I'm going to be like Tommaso Ciampa. It's a sports entertainment podcast. But this sports entertainment podcast, it's kind of a big deal today because we're talking about a couple shows. We got NXT Takeover War Games and Survivor Series, and one person in this call. I'm sorry, kayfabe. One person.
Well, there's only one other in here anyway.
In this room.
Not in the room.
To survive. Kayfabe is going to Survivor Series and NXT, right? NXT, you're going both, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
He's going just to cover it for the podcast.
Yeah, I'm going in the name of the podcast. I had a GoFundMe up, and everyone's... No, I'm kidding.
What do you mean a GoFundMe? WWE was like, please, we need the worst podcast to cover our worst show.
Oh, of course. Yep. So my tickets are comped, but no, they're quite expensive. But yes, this will be my first Survivor Series, as I covered before. By the time you listen to this, it'll probably be Saturday already, just hours before War Games. Should be pretty exciting, and I guess we're going to run down the card. The final card, which is taken its final form, hopefully, or maybe hopefully not, depending on what you're looking forward to. But we'll get into that in a second.
I mean, the fact that it's 4 matches... That's actually pretty intriguing because that means
I'm talking about both pay-per-views, but you know. Gotcha.
I was looking at NXT, and I was at first when they said 4 matches, I was like, why are they going to, what are they going to do 4 matches? I know NXT is this big thing, but then I was like, oh yeah, the show's called War Games. There's going to be a War Games match, and that's going to be bananas, and that's a Ring of Honor main event from a house show in 2012. So, that's going to be bananas. I don't know, is there something that you're looking forward to this weekend, just in general?
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously, I've never seen a War Games match. I don't think I know anybody who has. There's only been one in WWE history, I think, right? So, it'll be awesome to see. I've never seen 2 WWE rings side by side with a big cage over it. That'll be really cool. And
it's going to be weird the whole night. You're going to be for the other matches, it's like, all right, which ring do I look at? Pick a ring. Yeah. Stay in one ring.
I'm going to jump into one of them. That way security won't tackle me. I'm not going to ruin the match.
True.
I'll just be in the other one.
Cut to the other cameras. I remember the first time that they announced they were going to do a War Games, and it was kind of ridiculous because I was like, how in the world are they going to do that with the 2 rings and the whole seating situation and stuff like that? Wait, isn't it 2 steel cages connected? It's not even original War Games, right?
No, it's a modified War Games cage. They don't have the roof on the top because I guess because of safety reasons, and you can do high spots by jumping off the thing into the ring. So I think they figured it made better sense, but I think it's because back in the day, I want to say Brian Pillman got power bombed by Psycho Sid. I can be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure he hit his head on the cage, and I guess he got injured. And there's been injuries because of the roof, so they modified it, and it's a WWE War Games cage essentially. But
I mean,
someone will correct me, maybe not.
It's okay. But I mean, when I say this is a Ring of Honor main event from 2012, I mean it's a Ring of Honor main event from 2012. Ricochet and Pete Dunne and the War Raiders versus Undisputed Era. That's...
Well, there you go again, talking about the big matches first and then working your way down the card.
Well, I mean, to be honest, 1, the show's called War Games. 2, it's first on the list on WWE.com. And 3, I had a good reason. I just can't think about it. All these matches are big matches. When you think about it, if you watch NXT, I don't watch NXT, but I listen to people who do watch NXT, and they make it sound like it's really important. I mean, do you want to talk about another match afterward?
No. It's fine. You ruined it. So, yeah, this is obviously the steak of the show. The rest are just potatoes and green beans and.
You think it's gonna be main event?
Actually, no. Now that I think about it, I think usually we talked about this before. The NXT title almost always main events. I'm sure there's been a couple instances where it hasn't, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. But it would be cool if it main evented. I don't really care.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter.
No, it really doesn't. But it'll be a great match. And like I said before on this podcast, I think I wanted to see, as long as I got Ricochet and I got Matt Riddle in that match, then that's all I need. So Ricochet's in it, which is good enough for me. And I'm expecting some insane spots, and it's just going to be shoot 'em up, bang bang, car crash derby, crazy ass match. Hopefully, well, now see, I've overhyped it. See, now it's not going to live up.
It's going to be horrible. There's going to be garbage that's thrown in the ring. Luke is going to do a dance on top. No, I'm just, you gotta downplay it. No, I mean, like, this whole show, like, sheesh, like this, like, I'm looking at this.
Well, Takeovers rarely disappoint anyway, and this is Survivor Series weekend. It's at the Staples Center. It's going to be electric, so I have a hard time believing that it won't be a fun, great show. But
the one thing, I mean, like, I don't know what else we can say about that, because I feel like it's, it is what it is. It's going to be bananas. But, like, when I saw the NXT Championship, like, match, Tommaso Ciampa versus Velveteen Dream, when I read that, I was like, that's a little weird. Like, okay, like, obviously I don't watch NXT, so I don't know what the heck's going on. But I remember Velveteen Dream had that match with Aleister Black, and that was, like, pretty fun. So I think this is going to be pretty fun. And I like Tommaso Ciampa. And, I mean, I think it should be a fun match. It'd be a good main event, I think.
Yeah, Velveteen Dream is, and I hate to keep saying I said this before, but I think we're going over a few things that we have on other podcasts regarding NXT. But Velveteen Dream has just come such a long way since Tough Enough in 2015, and just what?
No, I picture him in the American, like, red, white, and blue, like, get up.
Oh yeah, quite the. I think he got hit on the head, and then now he turned into Prince Goldust, but Prince and Goldust morphed together. But yeah, he's come such a long way, and this is, I think, a well-deserved opportunity, and that really helps elevate guys, in my opinion, whether it's on Raw, SmackDown, or NXT. If you put them in a world title match, or at least a main event match, it really gives them not only an opportunity to shine, but it makes them step up, and it shows. It can really show you what they're made of. So I think he's going to step up here and really kind of show us what he's all about. It may be a career-defining match, I believe, thus far for him. So yeah, and Ciampa, of course, is the greatest heel in wrestling, in my opinion. What were you going to ask?
I was going to say, you think he's going to win the title, Velveteen Dream?
No. I don't think he's ready for that. But then again, I'm not watching NXT every week, so maybe some people are really they know more than I do, and they think that he has a chance to win it. I don't see it happening.
I don't know.
But
we'll see what happens. I mean, do you think, because here's another thing that I was thinking, just like through Twitter and stuff like that, I think Tommaso Ciampa and Gargano are going to have like a heel DIY or something. Like, I feel like that could be a thing.
I thought about that, but I don't know. They're kind of keeping their distance, even though Ciampa gave Gargano props on Twitter, kind of like, I forget what he said, but he gave him props essentially when Gargano went through that dark, when he was announced as Aleister Black's attacker, and he's turning emo. So, but I don't know. I don't see that yet. And you would totally kind of ruin the their feud and the stuff that they went through, I think. But I wouldn't rule it out.
I mean, I don't know much about the other two matches. Like, obviously, I know that Gargano like attacked like Aleister Black, and like there was like video footage of it or something, security footage, and then it was Gargano, it wasn't Gargano, and like Nikki Cross had something to do with it. I don't know what the heck is going on. Just like I don't know what's going on with the Shayna Baszler. I don't even know how to say her name. Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane, like 2 out of 3 falls match. Like, it looks like going to be a fun match. I just don't really. I mean, do you have anything to say about those 2 matches?
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat with you as far as. I know just as much as you do, I think, about these 2 matches. Yeah. Gargano was revealed to be a surprise attacker to Aleister Black, and I think that's how they wrote him off TV for an injury that he actually had. I can't remember. But as far I know, it's a grudge match, right? I know that much.
Sure.
So sorry if we can't give you any detailed blow-by-blows here.
When you think about it, like, this is me. Like, every single time, like, one of my favorites goes to NXT, I always say I'm going to watch NXT every week now. First it was with Kevin Owens, then it was Adam Cole, and then when like Undisputed Era basically like took over the place, and then like obviously with the Ciampa and Gargano stuff. So like every time I say I'm going to watch NXT, T, what? Are you still there? Hello?
Yeah, that's you.
Okay, it glitched out. That was weird.
Yeah.
This
It
is
was
this is the worst podcast ever for a reason. No, but I mean, like every time I say I'm gonna watch it and I never do, I listen to like reviews, like I said. But the one thing that is always consistent about NXT is I could watch no weekly like NXT at all, and every single time they have NXT Takeover, so I guess 4 times a year, I can sit down and watch NXT Takeover and feel like I have been caught up and feel invested in everything, and like I'm all set to go, and it ends up being an awesome show, and like I don't have to worry about, am I left out on anything? Like, what did I miss? Why are these two people like, facing each other? Like, that's the one thing that I do credit with like Triple H and the rest of NXT, where it's like, you don't need to watch the main shows, but the main shows help, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do a pretty good job catching you up to speed and the video packages and stuff like that. So I'm one of those fans too that cherry picks and just watches the takeovers. I'll sometimes catch NXT here and there, but I don't know. I just don't like pulling up the network. And then, I mean, if it was on my DVR, like where I have Raw, SmackDown, and MLW Fusion, it's just easier to just lay down and pull out the remote instead of opening up my computer and watching it on the network there. I don't know, and I'm just not invested as much, even though I have a lot of favorites down there. I just
the whole roster.
Right, yeah, and I already have so much watching now, and I'm busy on top of that, so it's just tough. But to talk about Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler really quick, I'm a big fan of both. I think Shayna Baszler is going to have a money match with Ronda Rousey someday, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I think she's I guess I think Edge said it on the Edge and Christian podcast not too long ago that she's like the female Brock Lesnar, and much better than Brock Lesnar. But I think she's just super entertaining, and she's going to be a force to reckon with, I think, once she moves on to the main roster. But Kairi Sane, it's different. It reminds me a little bit of Paul Burchill, her gimmick, the pirate thing. It's not new. There was a pirate gimmick once before kids back in 2006, I think, and hell, maybe they should bring them back and make them a fucking tag team.
I don't think it was like that extent of pirate, though. It was like...
It wasn't like, as goofy.
Yeah. This is like cartoon pirate, and that was like...
No. His was goofier, in my opinion.
Really? Well, maybe I'm just forgetting.
He used to... I can picture it in my head right now. They would have this camera angle side stage, and he would be standing on this major platform like Bad News Barrett had when they lifted him all the way up there when he announced the bad news. He'd be standing there. He looked into the camera, winked. He would grab on the rope and swing towards the SmackDown fist, and then drop to the ground like a fucking pirate on a ship ready to fend off Johnny Depp or something. I mean, you got to go see it if you haven't.
I need to check this. I need to watch
Paul Burchill's pirate entrance. I remember it. And He was a fucking pirate. He was like the guy from Dodgeball who couldn't help himself. He was just... he looked exactly like the guy from Dodgeball. If you ever seen that movie, reacted like a pirate. We're talking too much about pirates here. Your Skype picture is a picture of Okada as a pirate.
It's Okada as the captain of a ship, and the ship
It's a pirate hat, though.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Anyway, way too much time on pirates. So there's TakeOver. Let's go on to Survivor Series, which is the very first Survivor Series, not only in Los Angeles, but the very first Survivor Series on the West Coast ever since 1987. Not even in 87, since it's been around, which the first one was in 87, I believe. It's never been on the West Coast, much less California. As far west as they've gone was Texas, I believe. Dallas is as far west as they've ever gone. So it's historic for that reason. But no one will talk about that except me. But yeah, do you have the card in front of you? Because I sure don't.
Yeah, so I think the main things we got to talk about, and like, I mean, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff on this thing. I'm gonna run through it. Feel like these are like some of the elimination matches, because to be honest with you, I don't care. I'm gonna watch them. It's a thing that's gonna happen. Like the 10-on-10 tag team traditional Survivor Series match. That's gonna be a kickoff match. When we have a cruiserweight.
Wait.
What?
What's a kickoff match?
The tag team. The tag team.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I didn't know that was on the kickoff. Okay.
Yeah, because I was surprised, because normally the cruiserweight's on the kickoff, but now the cruiserweight's going to be on the actual show. And then like, You got the Raw Tag Team. Okay, so champion versus champion. The rest of the card, the tag team champions face each other. Then obviously like the women and men's like 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series.
You're all over the place.
I'm all over because I really don't. I mean, like, feel free to stop me because honestly, there's only 3 matches.
Well, I was hoping for specifics like so and so versus so and so, and then we talk about it.
You want me to look at specifics, Luke? I have a look at.
You're just saying they're gonna do a fucking 5-on-5.
Well, I mean,
and
like,
I think
come on.
Tag title versus tag title. I think some women are gonna wrestle, and then there you
All
go.
right,
There's our Survivor Series banner right there.
All right, Luke. So on the
a little professionalism goes a long way, pal.
Professionalism, yeah.
You can't even say professionalism, much less be it.
So
You see what I'm dealing with, folks?
Speaking of professionalism, we have the Pro Braun Strowman. I was trying to figure out which one I was going to...
Braun Strowman.
I was trying to figure out who I was going to call Pro. We got Dolph Ziggler, the Wiggler Dolph Ziggler. We got the Demon, Prince Devitt. We got Drew McIntyre, the guy from 3MB, and the Chosen One. And you have Bobby Lashley, who teamed up with...
And Donald Trump. Bobby Lashley was my guy at WrestleMania 23. We're going to shave your head bald, Vince. You're going down, Vince. Commercial free, Vince.
Commercial free. And while we talk about commercials, we got to talk about the SmackDown side. We got Samoa Joe. We got Jeff Hardy with a very aggressive looking face paint, I do have to say. It's like light blue and orange and white. It just looks really weird.
Is that more aggressive than the Demon?
Well, it's just Finn Balor. It's just Finn Balor. It's not the Demon. It's not the Demon.
We want the Demon. We want you slithering out there with your face paint and your body paint, and we want you to wield that chainsaw like you did at that one takeover.
If he did the Demon stuff, you would have him as the Demon. You'd have Jeff Hardy, and then you have Rey Mysterio with the mask. Like,
oh yeah, as opposed to Rey Mysterio without his mask. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying like, anyway, and you got the Miz, you got Rey Mysterio, you got Samoa Joe. You got Jeff Hardy, and then you got Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon, the best in the world, apparently. There's a little asterisks next to that one because he's not really the best in the world. We don't see CM Punk's the best in the world. So what do you think about this match?
So as far as Shane McMahon goes, was he in the one last year or the year before that? The one where Roman Reigns knocked him out?
He was either...
Was that 2 years ago?
He was either in the one last year or the one before that. I'm not sure.
I think it was 2 years ago because last year, I don't think he was in it last year.
Yeah, he got like, I just remember like he got knocked out and he was like a potato the rest of the match or something.
Yeah, I actually just watched that clip on Instagram not too long ago. It was nasty. Roman Reigns' head hit right underneath Shane's chin when Shane was attempting a coast to coast and Reigns countered it with a spear. It was, Shane was on just Dream Street there when he landed. But I think it'll be, I don't know, everyone was saying that the Raw team is not very stacked, and I tend to agree with that. But isn't there one spot open on the Raw team, or did that get filled?
No, that's the women's match, apparently.
Well, no, because I thought Kurt Angle was going to be in the match. Well, then what the hell is he going to do? And then what the hell is AJ going to do?
Yeah,
we have all these questions, folks.
Okay.
AJ versus Kurt.
Well,
I want it.
We'll talk about AJ. But first, like, do you have anything else to say before I move on? Because
moving on.
Okay. The very important women's 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series elimination match. We have.
Really quick, I do think SmackDown will win the 5-on-5. There's my prediction. Go ahead.
Yeah, probably because Shane's on that side. Anyway, we got Carmella. We got
Carmella.
We got Asuka, Naomi, and Sonya Deville, and then just a gray blob. That's so Gray Blob is going to be in this match against
Gray Blob.
It's just a gray blob. It's just a gray outline or filled in shape on who was in this match that's not in the match anymore. Why isn't Mandy Rose in this match? The heck?
This card, I'm telling you, this Survivor Series card, I can't remember a Survivor Series card that's just been so. I mean, a lot of it's. Well, it doesn't stink really. I mean, I think it'll be fine, but it's just been so changed up, and it's not really their fault necessarily, but it's a lot of unknown going into it, and it's kind of like a weird thing. All right, so next match.
And then on the Raw side, do you care for me to say the Raw side? Can we move on?
I thought you said it was the Gray Blob. What were you saying?
No. No, that's
Oh,
SmackDown
SmackDown's the great
side.
block. Oh, so we have no competitors. Absolutely. So
No,
it's five versus zero.
it's four and a gray blob versus five.
Oh, I thought you meant just all of them. There's
No,
no team. Okay, so there's one. I think Kurt Angle will join the SmackDown women's
the
team.
women's team.
Or AJ. AJ could.
That's true. He's got the hair for it. It's pretty long hair.
There you go.
Okay, well, there's that match. I don't know who's gonna win that match. Honestly, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. Honestly, none of these matches matter. Anyway, the thing I really want to talk about is I'm probably gonna be okay. Here, I want to say this every single time, and I think I can now accept the fact that maybe he knows that he can just do whatever he wants, or he doesn't care, or he's like getting older and he's getting tired. Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I think this match is going to stink because when I watch that match, then I'm going in with the mindset that it's going to stink. And then when it's actually really good, then I'll be excited for it because every time.
Wow, preacher mode.
No, I was watching The Office.
I kind of like it.
I was watching The Office and he did the Chris Rock bit for Diversity Day.
Oh, yeah.
I went back and rewatched. I'm rewatching the whole show again for like the umpteenth time. Okay, so every time Nakamura's in a match, and I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be amazing against AJ, against John Cena, against whoever. Like, I'm always I gotta defend it almost. Like, oh yeah, it was good, and then the inside, it's like, but was it really that good? Like, I was really disappointed. Like WrestleMania, I was really disappointed, which really sucks. But I don't know. I hope that this match is gonna be good. I think it should be. I don't know.
I'm just we talked about it on a previous podcast. We tend to repeat ourselves here, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this match is going to be great. I don't care. I don't care if I get disappointed. I'm really in my mind. I'm trying to see it fail, and the only thing that it can really fail is an anticlimactic finish. I think that is very possible, but I just don't see it being a bad match. I'm going to be the optimistic one here and go in it with pretty good expectations as opposed to shitty ones. So we shall see.
All right. Well, I'm trying to figure out which I want to talk about first. Do you want to talk about the women's situation or the men's situation?
What do you mean? Oh, you mean Becky? Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, do you want to talk about Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda, or Daniel Bryan, AJ, and Brock? What do you want to talk about first?
Well, we'll get to the second one last. Well, let's get that one out of the way because it pisses me off.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I want to get it out of the way so we can end on a positive note. Well, not end, but Oh, okay. I have no idea why they did this. I've been looking and waiting for answers, and I haven't gotten one yet. On one hand, I'm happy for Daniel Bryan. It completes his comeback story. He's got the top prize in wrestling, in my opinion, even though WWE sees the Universal title as the top prize. They are wrong, and it's not the top prize. The WWE title is and always will be.
It hasn't been the top prize since Kevin Owens held it on August 29th, 2016 in Houston, Texas. All right, go ahead.
That was my birthday, too. So I don't know why they did that, and I'm really disappointed. I was really hoping AJ Styles was going to break CM Punk's record. I know, Pico, you're happy about that.
Well, hold on. Can I say something? Go ahead. Really. Finish your statement. I'll say something later.
Okay. If there's a really good reason for it, then okay. In my mind, where my mind went after this match, where Bryan won the title from AJ, was that okay? We're going to get an awesome triple threat between AJ, Bryan, and Brock, and then that's fine, and then no problems there. But as of right now, as of right this minute, AJ does not have a match at Survivor Series, which is really stupid. Unless he's injured and needs time off, or maybe he failed the wellness policy, which I can 100% guarantee he did not. But
breaking news.
I don't understand it. Although we did get robbed of Daniel Bryan and Brock Lesnar all those 4 years ago at SummerSlam. It was supposed to happen and it did not because Bryan was injured. So I'm glad we're finally getting this match. But there's a lot of pros and cons in it for me. I don't get why they had to take the title off AJ. I don't know. What do you think about it?
I mean, I got mixed feelings about it from the past couple days ever since it happened, because we were at day 300 something. It's been over a year that AJ was champion. and I said, I gave WWE my blessing to have AJ beat the 434 and just have.
Oh, I'm glad that they got your blessing.
They
That's
needed
really
it.
good.
They needed it. I mean, they called me up
Yeah,
every
for the
day.
punk mark.
They were like, "Hey, like, can we do this?" And I was like, "Go ahead." And when they did not do it, because now, okay, I know Brock may have gotten more wins or whatever. Like, he's held it longer, whatever the heck it is. But like, that's not the WWE Championship. It's always going to be the WWE Championship. No matter what, there's always going to be a WWE champion. So. Like, I don't know. I didn't understand why he didn't just hold it until Mania. It would have been like day 500 or whatever. But it is what it is. And now, like I said on Tuesday, I took that weird, like awkward, like Daniel Bryan randomly winning and Luke being upset that he wasn't going to get AJ versus Brock. I took that and I turned it into a positive side, which means that CM Punk's record is still intact. And I had to fight someone on Twitter. I'm not going to say, no, not really fight. But like the thing with that is like, it's the current like era. In the past like however many years, like that's the last really, really long like title reign, if that makes sense. So that's why it's a big deal. There's no other reason why it's a big deal other than that. But I mean, I don't know what to think about this match. If you put this match together, first off, Daniel Bryan and Brock are like holding the titles on the wrong side. It really bothers me. But then again, Nakamura and okay, anyway, I don't know. What do you think? Who do you think is gonna win? First off, I think AJ is gonna be like put in this match somehow. I don't know why. I don't know under what, like how it's gonna happen. I just think that's gonna happen. I don't know who's gonna win this match though. Maybe AJ. Shoot, I don't know.
I don't really. Geez. Well, I said again. This is going to be a common theme, I guess. I said in a previous podcast that it would make no sense in the world for Brock to beat AJ and make all the sense in the world for AJ to beat Brock. So for this, I don't know. Daniel Bryan just won the title. He just turned heel. He's on a 1-week hot streak. And to just stop that momentum by having Brock beat him. And again, I do believe Brock wouldn't get anything out of this match if he were to win either. So I think it'd be right for Daniel Bryan to win. I don't know how he would win. I don't see Brock tapping out.
I got it. I know what's going to happen.
All right, what's going to happen?
Okay, so what's going to happen is AJ is going to be put in this match, or if he's not put in the match, this can still happen, where I think if he's in the match, then like AJ will be about to like beat Brock, and then Bryan like does a thing where he kind of, I don't know, he does something like really bad, like maybe the ref's turned, and he hits him with a chair or something. And then Brock's kind of like, all right, well, shoot, like I'm going to pin him and win. And then like Brock pins AJ, and then Daniel Bryan's already like halfway up the ramp, like, screw you guys, like, I don't care, like, I hate you, AJ, and this, that, and the other. So then like you have heel Daniel Bryan, and then you have, that storyline still going, and then you have Brock still winning. So everybody's happy on all ends. Or if AJ is not in the match, then maybe like, I don't know, dude. I don't know what.
Well, he's owed a rematch.
I'm tired of predicting WWE stuff now.
Even though this isn't a WWE title match, AJ is owed a rematch. So maybe like after Brock and Bryan ends, then AJ can come out and say, "Hey, I'm owed a rematch clause right now," and Bryan does double duty. I don't know. So let's move on. We'll see. What's the next match on the card you got there, right in front of your face?
This is there's a lot more to this. And basically what happened was on Raw this past week, I should have been there. I'm going to tell that story real quick. Basically, all day. So Raw was in Kansas City, and I wanted to like check off my bucket list going to like a wrestling show in like another state. And this would have been technically Missouri, and maybe there was like an indie or something. Anyway, so I was debating on actually going to Raw. I was looking at SeatGeek, and because I can get $20 off just by using different people's codes or whatever, so like that helps a lot. And it snowed in the morning, so I was like, great, like whatever, like it is what it is. So then the snow stops, but a lot of people are saying like the roads are bad, and then I kept checking on like the tickets, and I was gonna get like I think it was like $40, or no, it was like $30 for like 100 level seat in the Sprint Center, which it would have came out to be like, I don't know, $10 or $7. Like different seats would have been like $10 to go to Raw. And one option, it would have been $7. And I was like, well, I'm not going to justify driving all the way there, paying the tolls, paying the parking, trying to find a place to park, and then stand out in the cold. So I didn't do that. But then I found a row 6. It's like where the announcers used to be, basically. And that was ranging between 90 and like 60. No, not 60, 90 and 80. So I was like, maybe I'll get those. I watched those all day, and basically they never dropped lower. And I was going to miss class to go to Raw. Like, I had this whole discussion with like people in my earlier class. They didn't know what the heck was going on, but I was like, do I miss class to go to Raw? And so essentially in class, we didn't do a darn thing. I didn't miss anything. And I could have went to Raw, and I probably could have sat where Becky Lynch basically had that epic moment, like where she's all like bloody and she's like, I'm the best, I'm the man, whatever. It's 2018, and she's like standing there, and I could have been there, but I wasn't, because the tickets didn't go cheaper, and I thought I was going to miss something in class. And basically, with that spawns the whole Backlash thing, not the pay-per-view, but the next day, with everyone kind of throwing stuff on Nia. She's the one who kind of elbowed her in the nose or something and then broke her nose. They said she broke her face, but not, it's the same thing. So essentially, now everyone is like going crazy to get her fired and stuff like that, because she's done this, 3 times. She has a track record of this, and it's a weird situation because I thought about it and I see both sides of this. And it's just like, and basically they're playing it up. So maybe, WWE showed it on SmackDown. So that was like a big thing. I don't know. What do you think about this whole situation? Like, you don't have to like give a direct answer, but just what do you think?
It's sort of almost a blessing in disguise in that we're probably going to get Becky and Ronda at Mania. I mean, they were already talking about that main eventing WrestleMania. And I think that's a way better match, better than Charlotte and Ronda, which we're getting at Survivor Series now, which I'm happy. I can't wait to see that. But this feud is probably the most popular feud going in WWE right now. Becky's probably the most well-liked amongst fans in WWE right now. She's and it's almost a shame, though. It just came to a screeching halt, quite literally, when she got punched in the face there. Not a fun time for her, because she was on such a roll there. When
you think about it, like, her getting injured is the best thing. Like you said, like, now she's going to go main event Mania, possibly, like be the first women to main event Mania.
So I think people need to lay off Nia. Yeah, she's clumsy, and maybe she should go back to NXT, but this can end up all working out. And in WWE, if there's anything I've learned over the years in being a fan, is that somehow, some way, most injuries end up working out for the best, because timing is everything. And who knows? I think this could end up being the best thing. But yeah, the match, Charlotte and Ronda should be great. And who knows? Maybe Becky will show up to mess with her, make an appearance at least. But
she'll buy a front row ticket that she probably had to actually pay for. Honestly, like, I think that match at Mania will be a lot better, because now you have like a story behind it. And the whole thing with Nia, like, I was going back and looking through tweets that I said, and essentially I kept saying like Nia shouldn't come up so soon to the main roster, and I still agree with that. But it's too late now. She's already on the main roster. She's already an established thing. So all we can do now is just go with what we're given. And if WWE doesn't like see a track record here, and they're not going to do anything about it, then complaining on Twitter and being mad online is not going to help anything, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm kind of like, I see both sides of this whole thing. Like, yes, like, she's hurting people, and that's horrible. And then on the other side, it's like, okay, like, what is this really helping?
Well, yeah, we shall see how it all plays out.
Yeah, well,
But let's move on to the next
what?
match. Where
we do this every show.
I'm running out of time here.
Well,
I got to get going. So
that was it. We're done.
that was it. Is there any more matches? Are you sure?
There's nothing else that's important. I mean, we could talk about Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali. We could talk about the AOP versus the Big Show. Yeah, why is the Big Show in this match? What? Oh, with Big Show. Never mind. There's a million people in the tag match, and then all that fun stuff. We could talk about Enzo Amore. How you doing?
Let's not. Let's talk about anything other than that fool. He doesn't deserve any attention.
Nope, we gave him too much. All right, well, is there anything that you need to say? I mean, I'm losing my voice.
See, maybe we should end it. No, but I will file a full report in the next podcast that we do, which should be about 6 or 7 days from when you're listening to this.
It'll be a Thanksgiving special.
Can you believe it?
Probably be uploaded on Thanksgiving. We should do that. Let's record it early and then upload it on Thanksgiving. I don't know.
Isn't that just sweet?
We got to think of like a special thing. We're gonna think of something. And if you're listening to this and you're 40 minutes in and you have an idea, go tweet me. Go tweet Luke and say, well, tweet me because then I'll see it and then I'll respond to. I'll tell Luke.
Yeah, we're not gonna get any ideas, but yeah. So I'll let you know how that went. I'll file a full report. And we'll have a Thanksgiving edition of the worst podcast that is it I or you have ever heard.
All right, so this is the worst podcast. It's I don't even know the name.
Lord,
the worst podcast I've ever heard.
You know what? On behalf of Michael Pico and myself
and Ryan
Pico and Ryan, we want you to have the best Thanksgiving that you've ever had.
Even though we just talked about doing a podcast to upload on Thanksgiving.
Don't you worry about that. We could end up uploading the day after or the Saturday after. This could be the last episode.
Black Friday special. A Black Friday special.
Oh God, I'm gonna be hiding on Black Friday with my eggnog and Marty Moose glass and just hiding from the world on Black Friday. That's gonna be not fun. I'm not a fan of Black Friday at all.
Rant about it.
Don't like it.
Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
I don't care about waiting outside of Best Buy to save $30 on a 4K TV. But it just doesn't.
It's not like that anymore. It's like now.
Oh, I know. You get to come in on Thursday at 11 p.m. or whatever. Yeah.
Like here's the thing. Like I think that's ridiculous that they open the doors like on Thanksgiving. Like my goodness. Like give the workers one day. Like give them one day. Like at midnight, fine. Like if you open up at 2 or something. But like now stores need to compete with online because I mean I can go to bestbuy.com and get the same stuff that I would be getting on Friday online on Wednesday. So it's like now they really want to gotta compete with everybody. So I go at midnight. When it hits midnight, I leave. And at that point, it's like, you know what? Like, everyone's done with their Thanksgiving for the most part. It's all good. I can go get my Rick and Morty on Blu-ray. I can go get, my CDs and this, that, and the other because it's 2005 again. But, I mean, I that's my thing with Black Friday. I don't hate it.
You know what? Just go there before Black Friday or after Black Friday. And as Bill Burr would say, go back and pay for it in full like a gentleman. Who needs $30 off a oven toaster? Screw it, Why don't you just save up? No, I'm kidding.
Are you gonna? Is it like a quote or something like that?
I got your quote for you. So anyway, happy Thanksgiving if you don't hear from us by then, or we'll come back on Thanksgiving and ruin it for you. So that has been the worst podcast that I've certainly ever heard or done. What about you?
Goodbye.